Welcome to Pocket Stories for English Learning. Get ready for daily, captivating stories that supercharge your English skills with lively voiceovers, vivid images, and easy-to-follow subtitles. Keep an eye out for pop-up vocabulary tips and stick around for our recall section at the end. Let's jump into today's tale and make learning exciting.
The Rani family's vacation in Kerala continued to be a whirlwind of fun and adventure. After their hilarious houseboat experience, they visited a spice plantation where the kids were thrilled to see how pepper and cardamom grew. They rode elephants, which was both exciting and a bit nerve-wracking for Anya, who clung to Rani the whole time. Evenings were filled with vibrant Kathakali performances that mesmerized the whole family. Their last day in Kerala was spent on a tranquil beach in Kovalam, building sandcastles and splashing in the waves. As the sun set, they enjoyed a beachside dinner of fresh seafood with the sound of the ocean as their background music. Rani felt a deep sense of contentment, knowing that the trip had brought her family closer together and created memories they would cherish forever. The next morning, it was time to head back to Mumbai. Rani had planned everything meticulously to ensure a smooth trip back. Their flight was scheduled for 10 a.m., so they needed to leave the hotel by 7 a.m. to have plenty of time for check-in and security. She woke up early, packed the remaining items, and got the kids ready. But Raj, as usual, was still in bed, groggily protesting when she tried to wake him up. "Raj, get up! We need to leave in half an hour," Rani urged, shaking him gently. "Just 5 more minutes," he mumbled, turning over and pulling the blanket over his head. Frustrated, Rani continued to pack, while the kids giggled at their father's laziness. By the time Raj finally got out of bed, it was already 6:45 a.m. He moved at a snail's pace, taking his time with breakfast and dragging his feet while getting dressed. Rani's patience was wearing thin. "Raj, if we miss this flight, we'll have to wait hours for the next one." "Hurry up!" she exclaimed, practically dragging him out the door. They finally piled into the taxi and headed to the airport, but traffic was heavier than expected. Rani nervously checked her watch every few minutes, her anxiety growing. When they arrived at the airport, it was already 9 a.m. They rushed to the check-in counter, but a long line greeted them. Raj, still half asleep, lagged behind, much to Rani's dismay. "Raj, come on. We don't have time for this," she called back to him, her voice tinged with panic. By the time they reached the front of the line and checked their bags, it was 9:30 a.m. The security line was another hurdle, with Raj fumbling through his pockets to find his boarding pass and identification. "Raj, you're killing me here," Rani muttered under her breath. Finally, they made it through security and sprinted towards their gate, arriving just as the final boarding call was announced. Panting and out of breath, they handed over their boarding passes and boarded the plane, collapsing into their seats with a mixture of relief and exhaustion. As the plane took off, Rani looked over at Raj, who was already dozing off and couldn't help but laugh. Despite his laziness, he was her rock, and their family adventure had been unforgettable. The kids were excitedly chattering about their favorite moments from the trip, their eyes sparkling with joy. When they landed in Mumbai, the chaos of the city seemed a little more bearable. They had experienced a slice of paradise, and now they were back, stronger as a family and filled with blissful memories. That night, as Rani tucked the kids into bed, she felt a deep sense of satisfaction. The vacation had been everything she had hoped for and more. She glanced over at Raj, who was back on the couch watching TV, and shook her head with a smile. "Raj, promise me you'll be more punctual next time," she said, teasingly. "I'll try, but no promises," he replied with a grin. Rani laughed and joined him on the couch, feeling grateful for the beautiful journey they had shared. Life in Mumbai was hectic, but with her family by her side, she knew they could handle anything.
Let's dive into our recap and review today's important words, phrasal verbs, and idioms. Important words. First, we have whirlwind, which describes a busy or fast-paced situation. For example, the weekend was a whirlwind of activities and events. Nerve-wracking means causing stress or anxiety. Imagine the suspenseful movie was truly nerve-wracking. Mesmerized refers to being captivated or fascinated. For instance, she was mesmerized by the magician's performance. Contentment is a state of happiness and satisfaction, like he felt a deep sense of contentment after completing the project. Meticulously means showing great attention to detail. For example, she worked meticulously to ensure every detail was perfect. Protesting means expressing disagreement or refusal. Imagine, they were protesting the new policy in front of the city hall. Frustrated describes feeling annoyed or upset due to an inability to change or achieve something. For instance, he felt frustrated when the plan didn't work out. Phrasal verbs. Now let's go over our phrasal verbs. Get up means to rise from bed. For example, I get up early every morning for a workout. Drag out means to make something last longer than necessary. Like, the meeting was dragged out for hours. Pile into means to enter a place in a disorganized manner. Imagine, the kids piled into the room for the surprise. Head to means to move towards a specific location. For instance, we headed to the beach for the day. Check in means to register at an airport or hotel. Like, we checked in at the hotel and then went to explore the city. Hand over means to give something to someone. For example, he handed over the documents to his colleague. Doze off means to fall asleep, usually unintentionally. Imagine she dozed off during the long lecture. Idioms. Finally, let's cover our idioms. At a snail's pace means very slowly. For example, the traffic was moving at a snail's pace. Wearing thin means becoming less patient or tolerant, like her patience was wearing thin with the constant delays. Killing me means causing great difficulty or frustration. For instance, this homework is really killing me. A slice of paradise describes a small delightful experience or place. Imagine, the resort was a slice of paradise with its beautiful views and relaxing atmosphere. Stronger as a family means improved family bonds or unity. For example, they found they were stronger as a family after overcoming the challenge together. Tinged with panic means slightly affected by a feeling of fear or anxiety. Like, his voice was tinged with panic when he couldn't find his phone.
Thanks for joining us on this fun language adventure. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Pocket Stories for English Learning. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily fix of stories and vocabulary boosts. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. For the episode transcription, click the link in the description to download it as a PDF. Catch you in the next episode with another exciting tale. Happy learning.